Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the real Hatfield town here on Football Manager 2021. I'm going to stop saying it like that. I'm going to say 2021 from now on, I think. But yeah, literally just off the back of the last match here against... Ooh, come on, schedule. There we go. Against Hatfield United. Nice 5-0 win. Now, I said I was going to play these matches here off camera, and then I was going to record... I think it was the Sandridge game I said... maybe the Cuffley game. I can't remember off the top of my head. I do now know though that we've got old Parliamentarians. I think that's how you pronounce it. In the next round, the third round of the Aubrey Cup, which is technically also the quarterfinal. So we are 3 games away from winning the Aubrey Cup, which is awesome news. What's highlighted? Yeah. Okay, it was a match further up. I suddenly saw it said Baker hat-trick. I was like, no, he only scored once last game. But no, I think it was one of the friendlies maybe. Anyway, so I'm going to play these matches here off camera. Maybe 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. It'll either be Hatfield or maybe Glen Sports again that we play against. Although I want to avoid Glen Sports because we've already played them once on camera. So it's going to either be Hatfield or maybe Sandridge or maybe Cuffley. I don't know. I also don't know what game's going to be on the stream this weekend, and I know I did know that, and now I don't know that. It's very hard to plan out these matches, to be honest. But anyway, what I'm going to do today, though, is head over here to tactics, and this is something that I was talking about in the last match. The tactics aren't really what I want the team to do, so I'm just going to twiddle with them a little bit. I'm not going to change them a huge amount, just a little bit here and a little bit there. To try and make it a little bit more how I want the team to play. So, for example, distribute to flanks, counter press, counter distribute quickly. That's fine. Take long kicks. No, I'm going to change that to short kicks. And I'm also going to go into here, and I want a much higher line of engagement. This is fine as is, and everything else there is fine as well. So that's the team instructions set up, but I'm now going to do the player instructions because this is something I kind of did, but not a huge amount. So, for example, the goalkeeper, I want to take fewer risks and ease off tackles because, let's be honest, I don't particularly... Oh, hang on, before I do this, let's get the first team back in. There we go. I thought I had done some... Yeah, I have done some instructions, but not for everybody. One of the things I want to change is the way the team shoots. I actually want players to shoot more often because we're getting lots of shots away, but not necessarily on target and not necessarily well taken shots. And I know that shooting more often isn't necessarily going to change that. It's almost better just to leave this blank because if you tell them to shoot less often, then they'll have that in their head and they'll look to pass instead. Whereas if you tell them to shoot more often, I've got the emphasis on that sentence completely wrong. If you tell them to shoot more often, then they're going to mess up a little bit more because they're going to constantly take shots. And I don't really want them to do that either. So I think cross more often, fine. Cross from deep, fine. Dribble less, I'm kind of okay with that. Take more risks, but this one here I'm going to leave blank. And I think I'm going to do that for most of the players that I can. I think a 2 I'm going to leave off for now. Something else I was debating whether to have crossing turned on or off. And again, I kind of want that in the player's discretion, really. Cross from deep is something I want to use more. So that's one I'm going to stick with. But this one, I'm just going to untick the box, basically, and let the players do as they wish. I'll come back to the defence in a minute. The midfield here, this is okay. Hammond, I want to stay relatively central. Harding, who is currently injured, he's got a tight groin. Now, for some reason, the game has offered for me to give him protection, like protective equipment for the next couple of days in training. I don't know. Anyone who's into physiotherapy, if they would like to tell me how you can wear protective equipment for a tight groin, please do let me know. Maybe it's just tape. Like, you know, Gareth Bale and Carl Walker and players like that, they wear tape on their inner thigh. Maybe it's something like that. Who knows? Anyway, who's this? Studholme. Forgot who I was dealing with then. Newman. Oop. Newman. There we go. Again, just untick the box. Let them do as they wish. And then this one as well. Crossing is default for the positions here, so that's fine. Roaming from position is also fine, because we don't seem to struggle too much with that. Now you do shoot quite a lot, actually, but I'm going to turn off roaming. I kind of want Baker to stay relatively central now, because we've got the 2 wingers who can do the wide work. I'm going to turn that off as well. Dribble more is fine. I think I'm relatively happy with this now. So the team tactics overall are a lot more in line with what I want them to be. And the player instructions are also a lot more in line with what I want them to be. So fingers crossed, everything is a lot more in line with what I want it to be. I am going to quickly put the twins in here as well and look at their instructions. That's fine. This aim crosses, I'm just going to leave that as a blank canvas as well. Roaming is also fine. Alright, so we can swap Studholm back in now, and then we'll bring Asfar in. Change his instructions. Turn this one off. Also fine. Bring Gonzalez Velasco back in. And then the final one, who I really want to focus on, is Hudson Doncaster, because he plays a slightly different role to Newman, in that he does actually move into the channels and roam from position, take more risks, dribble more. Shooting is going to be up to him still. In terms of tackling as well, if I got that set up, I think I'm just going to leave that up to them as well. Certain players I'm going to tell to ease off tackles a lot more, but some of them, you know, go for it. If you want to tackle, please do. So like Sadler, I do trust. I know he's been sent off this season, but I do trust him to sort of get stuck in a little bit more. Evans, I kind of want him to ease off some. Hold position is fine. Stay wide, I don't need to do that. In terms of risk taking, yeah, fewer risks. We don't want to mess around too much at the back. I'm assuming you're set to fewer risks as well. Do I want Sadler to... No, I want Sadler to, like... Trying to think of a tough tackling defender who can like come forward and act as a stopper. So that's what he's set to. None spring to mind. Maybe like a Vidic type character, or Maguire when he was good. Someone who's not afraid to like come out and clear the lines, basically. So if Hammond gets beaten for whatever reason, then Sadler will come flying in and tidy up. That's what I like. That's what I like to see in any dynamic, really. And then, yeah, everyone else, I will adjust their positions and things as and when. Gajar is going to be the other one to swap with Harding quite a lot. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So that's pretty much it for this part of the video now. In terms of the match plan, I think everything else here is still fine. We will see. Obviously, what I've just changed, everything... Here, the player positioning, that changes even with match plans, or that stays the same, sorry, even with match plans. But the team instructions here is only when I'm managing the team myself. In the match plans, it's very different. And I think that's why some of the off-camera matches have been very different to the on-camera matches. For example, a 10-1 win here, 8-0, 6-0, because the match plans have been organised a lot more rigidly. And they've also been organised for different... combinations and permutations of score lines and things like that. I think I've talked you through this before, but without going into it in too much detail, basically drawing different versions of that, winning by 1 goal or 2 goals, losing by 1 goal. I haven't got a losing by 2 or more goals because I don't see it happening this season. Hopefully not, fingers crossed. If it does for whatever reason, then of course I'll add it in. A lot of this is kind of rolling with the punches kind of thing, so every time something will change. Like I don't think I had the losing by 1+ goal in 85 to 90 minutes originally, and I've added that in. And there's probably a couple of other things here or there. I'm actually going to set this up like that now, because I'm going to go play these off-camera matches, and we'll see how well we do. I think it's going to be the Hatfield game where I come back. So play 3 games off-camera, come back for the Hatfield game, and see how we go. If not, it will be Sandridge, and then the stream will probably be Cuffley or something like that. We'll see. But anyway... Whatever it is, guys, I'll be back with you again in just a second. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. So I've done the tactical changes, as you saw me do on screen, and I've tested it out in a couple of games, and as you can see, it's still working. A 4-0 win here against Ware Sports with goals from Gonzalez Velasco in the first minute of the game, actually. I started Reed on the left-hand side, and he whipped in an absolutely beautiful free kick onto the head of Juan Pablo. Buried his header, really well taken. And then a good second goal from Baker, and then probably one of the goal of the season contenders from Hudson Doncaster. Intercepted the ball inside his own half, ran pretty much the entirety of the pitch, and then just wrapped his foot around it into the far post. Beautiful, beautiful goal. And then in the 74th minute, to make it 4-0, really nice slide rule pass from Argent, who was starting in left back. And Hudson Doncaster scored a goal very similar to the one he scored against Hatfield United, where he sort of took it on the angle and then buried it under the keeper. Then a 5-0 win here against Wingate and Finchley Development. Goals from, what order were they scored in? Sadler with a header. Then Koick with a really well taken goal for his first of the season. Studholme right on half time. And then Thompson and Gajar in the second half. Good to see Thompson on the score sheet. Good to see Thompson on the pitch as well, in fact. I actually used the match plan for those two games. So most of that was credit to the game and not so much to me. Although it's my tactics, so you know. Anyway, I decided to play this game on camera against Coney Heath Reserves. Now, I've always said like London Coney and Coney Heath. I've always said it like that. But as soon as you see it written down, you start saying Colney. And I think it is Colney, like London Colney. But, you know, anyway, not relevant. So, we're going to be playing them in the match for this video. And then I think Hatfield, Glen Sports, Sandridge, maybe Cuffley will be off camera. Actually, Cuffley I think will be the stream. Thinking about it. That's not a bad run then, because I get 3 more matches and then the stream. Then we got Welling Garden City away. Then we've got the quarter-final, which I think is going to be next week's stream, so the week after this one. And then, depending on how well we do there, we've still got a lot of league matches to be played, and we've got some cup games as well, I hope. In terms of the youth intake, we will get into the match in a second, but I did get the youth intake come through as well. Where is it? There it is. So a lot of wingers and an excellent group of players, but no real standouts anywhere else in the squad. Now, that's all I know right now. It's only around March time that we actually find out who they are. And even then, it's like a week or two before March time, when the match is played, that we actually find out who they are. So there's a ways to go yet, but it's good to see that we've got some wingers coming through. I'd have liked to have had some fullbacks come through. And it doesn't say anything specific about fullbacks, but it does say we haven't got any wingbacks coming through. But that might be because of our system. But yeah, good few wingers. It says a lot of wingers, and then it says a good few wingers. These are supposed to be the negatives, the yellows. I think there is a red sometimes as well. But yeah, most of our new strikers look like they'll fall short. Few good wingers, no wingbacks, and no defensive midfielders. These two I'm not too fussed about. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. We'll see who actually comes through. So yeah, opposition instructions, we'll set that up. Now it's suggesting lots of changes here. I have been rotating the squad throughout the games. This is the team that I used in the last game. Extents in goal, Nash, Sadler, Hollis, Koick in defence, Gajar and Hammond in midfield, then the Chowdhury twins and Hudson Doncaster, and then Baker up front. Now Akram picked up an injury in the last game. 5 days, I think he sprained his ankle, something like that. We've also got some other injuries. Rahman Lewis has strained his hamstring. Newman still coming back from an injury. Atu and Murray both coming back from injuries. One of these, who was it? Someone had a sore throat. I can't remember who. But they were out for 2 weeks with a sore throat. Which is more than a sore throat. It wasn't just a sore throat, but still. Wasn't expecting that. I think it was Evans, actually. And Evans is coming back into the team for this game. I think Argent is coming back in at left back. And I kind of want to leave Koick at right back because he's been doing really well there. In terms of the attacking midfield, I'm going to put Nash on the bench, but I'm going to do it like this. So Studholme starts, Reed on the bench. The relationship between these two is growing nicely. The relationship between these two is hopefully developing. But I'm going to bring Gonzalez Velasco back in. I've never had an issue before of having too many wingers in the team. And it seems to be a fresh thing for me right now. And it's a kind of a nice problem to have. Obviously, you want to build up good chemistry between your players. But it's a nice, like the whole team, the whole squad. I say this every week. It's a really nice problem to have, having all these players being available at any one time. Is there anyone else that I want to bring into the team? I think that's it for now. Newman will come back in once he's when he's built up more match fitness. He's going to do 60 minutes right now. So I don't want to risk him at all. So yeah, I think this. Extents in goal. Argent, Sadler, Evans, Koic, and then Hammond, Gajar, Studholme, Hudson, Doncaster, Gonzalez, Velasco, and then Baker up top. Baker is pretty much unusurpable right now. He's so good up front. And then a bench of Ruiz, Tussle, Moriarty, Harding, Reed, Chowdhury, Asfar Chowdhury, and Thompson. Let's go. Now I've got it on, I think, key highlights, so we should get through this game pretty quick. Whoops, that's my phone binging in the background. That's the highlights from the weekend, just going live. Are we in the third kit? Ah, we're in the third kit, guys. Ignore what the kit looks like here. That's the closest I could get, I think. But yeah, we're actually in the third kit, so it's a good thing I chose this match. This is the first time I think it's been seen on camera. Awesome. There we go. Baker with the kickoff then. Out wide to Gonzalez Velasco. Yeah, it's a good looking kit. I've seen it in FM20 and it looks good there. I wanted to see what it looked like in this match engine, especially with the realism mods added, and it looks pretty damn good to me. Right, Argent with the throw. Hudson, Doncaster, Gajar. That's really nice first time play. Oh, Baker hit the post. I was wondering if the flag might have gone up there, but it did not. So that would have counted. Get a replay of it here. Look at that. Touch, touch, over the top. First time there as well. Unlucky. Weaker foot, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I did turn off the match plan, didn't I? Yes, good. So as you can see, we're miles ahead in the league. We're 14 points clear after 14 games played. Absolutely flying. Goal difference of plus 48. This league is pretty much done. I was tempted to meddle with the players' stats a little bit more, but we'll see. According to my coaching staff, Hudson Doncaster, who's kind of the player I've been using as a datum for how good or bad the overall squad is, he's considered good enough for National League North-South level, which is kind of where I would like to take these players to if I can, before needing to bring in reinforcements. Obviously, there are players who will have retired by then, perhaps. I'm not going to name names, but there will be some players who perhaps would have retired by then. They will be staying on. I've already started laying the groundwork to recommend some players stay on as coaches, some players stay on as scouts. Who was it, actually? There was a player who I said should have been a coach, and they said they wanted to be a scout. So I said, well, why don't you join as a scout now? And I think they said yes, but I don't know if there was a... Might have been Koic, but I don't know if it was possible to actually negotiate that yet. But even if their stats aren't great, I would like to bring them in as coaching members or scouts or physios or whatever it might be. I want to keep them on. You know, even if they can't play anymore, I still want them to be involved. A football club that does that, looks after their own, they always have success. They might not win trophies, but they always do well in terms of winning over fans and things like that. So we're the Hatfield Town family. That's what we do. Incidentally, if there's a player out there watching this who wants to be a specific role, whether it's a coach or a scout, let me know. I'll try and sort it out for you in the game. But I think most people... There was a couple who wanted to be managers, so I might try and get them in as like under 23s and under 18s managers. If we end up with an academy side, then maybe get one of them in charge of the academy as well. But majority was coaching, and then a couple of scouts. And yeah, that was about it really. So I'll work my magic, see what I can do with all that. In the meantime though, let's get back to the action. So we're nearly 16 minutes gone. This was a chance just now for Baker. Shot was blocked by the defender. And then cleared by Wilkin. Not too bad. We're not playing atrociously bad. We're not playing that well. I didn't really see what chances we'd had. It's still 0-0 though. That's Argent with the header away. Studholme with the flick on. I think he could have brought that down actually. He is chasing down the loose ball here now though. And that's extensives all day long. He's in the third kit, which is basically the game creates a kit for you if you don't have one available. I have to have a look at creating a third kit as well, just to see. That's a nice pass. If Baker was running in that direction, I think they got their wires crossed there. Baker was going to the left, Gonzalez Velasco played it to the right. That's one area where I think we're lacking a little bit. I was watching the England game against Albania. I'm recording this on the Monday, so I was watching. That's a good goal from Baker. Assist from Hudson Doncaster. Let's watch the replay of the goal, and then I'll tell the story, because it doesn't really matter now, because we've just scored a goal that pretty much covers what I was about to complain about. But hey-ho. So yeah, Koic with the header here. Gonzalez Velasco knocks it down to Hudson Doncaster. This is a really nice pass into Baker. Great first touch. I guess you could say that's taking it round the goalkeeper and then passing it into the back of the net. Beautifully so. But yeah, watching the England-Albania game on Sunday night, and kept seeing how deep Kane was coming to get the ball. And it's something I've noticed a little bit on here as well. Baker drops a bit deep. I've had a look at his player instructions regarding that. I think it's just a natural trait. It could also be to do with the role that he plays. So I'm not going to change it too much. But I think the thing for me is what England were missing was when Kane drops deep, no one goes in behind him. So he is the highest player up the pitch still most of the time. But everyone else is on the halfway line as well. And that's something I want to avoid with the team here. Oh, that's a good block. If Baker does drop deep to get the ball, which he's well within his rights to do, I still want players like Hudson Doncaster to actually run in behind. Especially when Baker goes up for headers from goal kicks. He might come deep to win the header. At that point, you want someone running in behind to actually get the flick on. Otherwise, there's no point in flicking it on. So whether it's one of the wingers, whether it's the attacking midfielder, whoever it is, someone needs to make that run in behind. Which is something I'm going to look at doing as well. In the meantime, though, that's an excellent run. And that's the second goal for Baker. On his weaker foot as well. His 22nd goal of the season. We're only in December right now. That was an outstanding finish. This pass as well. Sometimes it looks like we're just hoofing the ball forward. But this was a measured ball. Look at that. In between the defenders. And what a goal that is. He's actually gone to the left of the goalkeeper there. Really well taken goal. I'm very, very happy with that. So much so that I'm going to give the players a praise shout. We better not concede now. I've done that. Koic getting in the block there. Evans with the cover. That's good play. That's a nice flick. And there you go. You've got runners in behind. Gonzalez Velasco running in behind this time. Baker's on a hat-trick. Gonzalez Velasco goes himself. Keeper saves it. Baker will get the follow-up though. Tries to cross and it's blocked. And then cleared by the defender. From defence to attack, just like that. 3 against 2 as well. I'm surprised I didn't leave an extra player back, given how many we left forward. I think that was a square ball there, not a shot. Not that I'm complaining too much. I wanted us to shoot more, and we are. It's only 9 and 6 so far, though. Koic with the corner here, though. Plays it short to Gonzalez Velasco. Left-footed shot. Studholm went for the... cross, sorry, not shot. Studholm went for the shot, though. Blocked by Wilkin. There's a few of those where they kind of blocked it, like point-blank range. I'd have hoped we'd have been able to avoid that by now, but I suppose not. Extents with the ball out wide. Nicely played there to Koic. Forward to Gonzalez Velasco. He crosses it in. Studholm at the back post. Ooh, ooh. Someone shoot. Oh, unlucky. Really good recycling there as well, mind. The ball went out wide. We are going to get a replay of this. So Gonzalez Velasco here with the run. And he's flicked that towards... I think Baker was the target, but ended up at Studholm. Baker's shot then blocked. And Studholm with the layoff to Hudson Doncaster, who then laid it off to Gonzalez Velasco. And then it went narrowly wide. Very, very unlucky there. That would have been a heck of a team goal if we'd have scored it. We're playing really well. We've got a couple of complacent players here. Can I tell just them to focus? So is it Koic, Gajar, Hammond? Can I select multiple players? Yes, I can. Yeah. Whoops. Koic. I'm going to miss a goal in a minute, aren't I? Gajar, Hammond. Confirm. Focus. Do not get complacent. Ball over the top. Gonzalez Velasco with the header. Baker with the volley. What a volley that was. What a save by Blackmore to keep that out as well. Stupendously good save. We've got a few more players looking complacent now. This is how clean sheets get lost. Players get complacent. And it always comes back to bite you. Is this another replay? Yes, it is. Hammond. Played it to Argent. That was a great long ball. Gonzalez Velasco. I call those Jeopardy headers because it's always like a last minute will he, won't he kind of thing. Comes flying in, wins the header. What a volley that was from Baker. We're pretty much on half time. So I'll ask the question again. Do you think the players are still way too good? Or do you think they're about right? Bearing in mind that if they are National League North-South level, holding on to them will be as much of a challenge as actually winning games at that level. Because bigger teams will start coming in for them at some point. I don't want to use the editor to force players to stay. So if a team comes in for them, there's pretty much nothing I can do. The youth intake will help with that because as players leave, new ones can join. That was another great save from Blackmore. Bit lazy there from Gonzalez Velasco. Should have maybe pile-drived it, but at least he kept it on target. Really good save. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I don't want to nerf the players too much, and I don't want to keep doing it because there's going to come a point where they're too... like they've been tweaked too much and I might have to start undoing the tweak. Maybe I'm taking it a little too seriously for this first season because, again, I want to get these players to stay for as long as possible through the leagues. You want to make them good enough to go through the leagues, but not so good enough that another team comes in and skips some steps. It's a really fine line to tread. But then you see the way we play. We play some outrageously good football. As Gajar just decides to nonchalantly chip the keeper there. Look at that. That was like a 6v2 counter-attack there. That was absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Gonzalez Velasco. And he's got 5 players to choose from running through. Plays it to Gajar. Look at that. Inside touch. And then just dinks Blackmore into the back of the net. 4-0 on the stroke of half time. These players are too good for this league. There's a couple of reasons why that's the case. But they are too good for this league. We have well and truly pinned them back. It would be nice to see our back four cross the halfway line. But we have well and truly pinned them back. Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff from us. Really, really pleased. One of the main reasons why we're playing so much better than other teams around us is because right now they've got new gen players. And I think most new gen players are based on the league that they're in. I think if you generate players from the start of the game, it might have been at a slightly better level. And I'm kind of regretting not doing that now. Just adding players to playable teams. Yeah, I probably should have done that, but there we go. You live and you learn. It will get harder as we go through the leagues now, though. It will get harder. I mean, it has to get harder because that was a fantastic goal as well. What a way to score your hat-trick, Harry Baker. Take a bow. 23rd goal of the season. I'm pretty sure that's entirely league goals as well. Look at this. Argent with the ball through to Studholme. Plays it into Hudson Doncaster. First time to Baker, and he just strokes that. First touch, bottom right corner. Absolutely delightful. Really, really good goal. It's hard to not like the team. As easy as this might be right now, it's really hard to not like the team when we're scoring goals like that. That was just absolutely amazing, that goal. It's a tear in my eye seeing us score goals like that. Really, really well taken. Right, substitution time. I'm going to bring Studholme off and I'm going to bring Reed on. So I think Reed deserves a chance. Baker there with another shot that was saved. And it is a corner. I thought it might have been given offside then, but no, it is a corner. Reed is now on for Studholme. Unusual ball placement there for a left footer. He's placed it the wrong side of the corner flag. How unusual. Hammond's going to get this one. Yes, he is. That was something I was going to say. I want to take this team far enough that they get to choose their favourite squad numbers. Now, I already have most of the players' squad numbers, and I've already assigned favourite squad numbers. It'd be nice to actually have the opportunity to show the players wearing their chosen squad numbers. That's one incentive to get them up to the National League. I think National League South is one where you get to assign squad numbers, but definitely National League. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Hudson Doncaster is also a good datum to use for player development because he's the best trainer most weeks, week in, week out. Consistently scores in the 9s, sometimes maxes out at full 10s as well. So yeah, he's kind of the basis that I've used to see how all the other players are developing around him. He's still a very good team. He's got plenty of potential still. Look at the way he's just linking up the play. Not the best finish there from Baker, but really, really good play from Hudson Doncaster. I'm going to bring Moriarty on, I think, for Gajar. And I'll leave Harding. Oh, 4th goal for Baker. I'll leave Harding for Hudson Doncaster if he is starting to tire out. Did he get the assist there? He might have done. I didn't actually see what happened. So Argent with the throw. Throws it to Hudson Doncaster. Yeah, flicks it on. And then Baker with the header into the top left corner. Very, very nicely done. Definitely not offside. Chilwell playing him on. Where are we at? 67 minutes. Yes, please. Continue with the sub. So again, it's like playing on easy mode, but you do get that sometimes. It's just one of those things. Coker here now with the ball for Coney Heath reserves. Plays it back to Morrison, who hits it over to Lockett. It's not a bad ball actually. Well taken. Argent with the challenge though. Hudson Doncaster now in possession. And he's just going to switch the afterburners on here. Look at this. Look at this. Crosses it over to Gonzalez Velasco. Good first touch. Great save again from their goalkeeper, who really has kept them in it in many respects. We would have been home and dry long ago were it not for those saves. Reed's first cross there was blocked. Second cross finds Gonzalez Velasco. Third cross is blocked. Why didn't he just let that go out for a throw? I can't explain his thought process there. Right, Harding on. Hudson Doncaster off. We'll give Hudson Doncaster a bit of a rest. Played absolutely amazingly well. A real bright star for the future. If he's as good in real life as he is in the game, then Hatfield are going to struggle to hold on to him for sure. Oh, wow. Jonah Coker with the goal. I did not see that coming. You don't save those, it says. Well, not that I want to nitpick, but perhaps that should have been saved. So Addy with the ball. Nice ball into the channel. I don't know. That looks like it's gone through the keeper's hands. I could just be being really negative here, though. It's a shame about the clean sheet, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy to see that the other teams can score goals against us, because then it isn't a complete walkover. And I do still think back to the Welwyn Garden game and how close that was. So yeah, I'm not too upset. It was Reed here with an effort. Yeah, blocked by Chilwell. And then well dealt with there by Drury. 10 minutes to go then. 6-1 up. Any more chances? Possibly not. We'll see. A lot of our goals are coming from inside the 6-yard box. A lot of our shots also coming from inside the 6-yard box. So there's no barnstormers like Gajar's goal against Welwyn Garden. But at the same time, it means we're working the ball into those areas really, really well. Whether it's a header from a cross, or whether it's, you know, a flick on, or whether it's a pass back, not pass back, a pull back, whatever it might be, we're getting the ball, working it well into the box, which is one of the instructions, the team instructions, to work the ball into the box. and we're getting the goal out of it. And I think that's probably more satisfying sometimes than a 30-yard pile driver, as Baker gets his 5th goal of the game and takes him up to 25 for the season. That's probably the best one, actually. The team goals are good, but when it's an individual effort like that, Gonzalez Velasco with the ball into the channel. He's got all the work to do here. He's got 2 defenders to beat. Goes inside the first one. Just as the second one goes to put a challenge in, he slots it past the keeper. 7-1 up. Not long to go now. Really, really well played from all of the team. The subs have also made a good impact. Reed's done well. 6.7 match rating doesn't really do him justice, in my opinion. He has been involved, and he's got the ball here. Pulls it back to Harding, then to Argent, crosses it in. Moriarty with the header, unlucky from him. He's only on a 6.5. But again, I wouldn't say they've done anything wrong. I just don't think they've been on long enough to have actually had a huge impact in the way we've played. If you come on as a second half sub, you normally have to score or get an assist for your rating to be really high. I think Argent's radar broke there. Put his foot right through that one. But yeah, pretty much game over. 30 seconds to go. Wilkin with the throw to Drury. Back to Wilkin. Good performance. Really good performance. Let me know if you think I should tinker with the players still, guys. If you want the realism factor, tinkering with the players is probably going to happen. If you want the keeping the squad together for as long as possible factor, then probably leave them as they are. We'll see. I'll ask the question again in the stream this weekend, and we'll see what people say there as well. I think I'm reading too much into it, though, so I want to hear what you guys think. But yeah, that is full time. A really, really good performance then. 7 goals. To score 7 goals in a game is always an achievement. Actually, let me just look at that again. I really love the way that Hammond does actually sit deep. I know I tell him to, but it's really satisfying to see it happen. And then to see whoever's playing in the advanced midfield role actually getting forward. We basically have a 4-man attack at this point. The 2 wingers are coming inside still, which is what they're supposed to do. It would be nice to have, when Akram's fit again, to actually have a left-footed left winger and sort of be out here a little bit more. Same with Asfar on this side. And you can see again, Baker, he's not always up there. But then again, this is average positions, so that does feed into it. I'm not going to look at the player statistics because, you know, there's not much point really. When you've won 7-1, it doesn't matter really how many crosses you completed because you won 7-1. So, yeah. Right then, that will do it for this episode, guys. Like I said, if you've got any feedback on the players, whether you think they're too good or not good enough, let me know in the comments down below. Besides that, if you haven't already hit the like button, be sure to do so. It shows me that you like the videos and, of course, that you're liking the series. And if you're a Hatfield Town fan, be sure to smash the like button for that as well. All of it helps out the channel. If you didn't like the video for whatever reason, that's also fine. Feel free to hit the dislike button, and I'll work on making it better for next time. Besides that, I've said about comments, didn't I? So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Thank you very much once again for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.